Hey everyone, welcome back to Planetary Possibilities. I'm Aria and, okay, I have to tell you about something that's been absolutely blowing my mind lately. Right now, literally right now as I'm talking to you, there's this little spacecraft that's 15 billion miles away from us. That's so far that if you wanted to drive there at highway speed, it would take you about 19 million years, non-stop. And this thing, it's still talking to us, still sending us postcards from the absolute edge of, well, everything we've ever known. Using technology that makes your old Nokia look like a supercomputer. This is the story of humanity's most stubborn overachiever. Picture 1977 for a second. Jimmy Carter's in the White House. Everyone's losing their minds over this new movie called Star Wars. And people are still voluntarily listening to disco. NASA straps this washing machine-sized probe to a rocket and basically says, hey, let's go visit Jupiter and Saturn. Should take about 5 years, then we'll call it good. Simple plan, right? Well, it's been 47 years. And not only is this thing still working, it's out there in interstellar space, sending us data about places no human has ever been. But here's the part that I can't even wrap my head around this. Voyager 1 has 69 kilobytes of memory. 69. The document I wrote this script in, it's bigger than Voyager's entire brain. I mean, a single photo from your vacation has 50 times more information than this spacecraft can even hold. Okay, so let me put this in perspective because the numbers are they're ridiculous. Voyager's main computer processes 4,000 instructions per second. Your phone, 100 billion. It's like comparing a bicycle to the speed of light. And the storage system, oh my god, this is my favorite part. They're using 8-track tapes. You know, the same technology your dad used to play, well, whatever dads listened to in the 70s. This isn't some fancy space-age storage system. It's literally the same chunky mechanical thing that was already getting laughed at by the time cassette tapes came around. And the software? Fortran, created in 1957. This code has been running longer than some countries have existed. It's older than my parents. It might be older than your parents too. These NASA engineers basically sent their grandfather's computer to the stars, and somehow it's still working. So here's how this incredible journey started. September 5th, 1977. Voyager 1 blasts off with what seems like a pretty straightforward mission. Swing by Jupiter, check out Saturn, take some pictures, send them home. Done and done, right? The whole thing weighs about as much as a Honda Civic and runs on what are basically nuclear batteries. These weren't supposed to last more than 10 years, but here we are, pushing 50, and they're still chugging along. March 1979. Voyager reaches Jupiter and immediately starts blowing minds. Active volcanoes on Io, first ones ever found beyond Earth. The Great Red Spot turns out to be this massive storm that could swallow our entire planet. And oh, by the way, Jupiter has 2 more moons that nobody knew about. Then Saturn in 1980, those rings, way more complex and beautiful than anyone imagined. And Titan, Saturn's biggest moon, might have oceans under all that atmosphere. Mission accomplished, right? Time to power down and call it a day? Yeah, Voyager had other plans. This is where the story gets absolutely wild. Saturn gives Voyager this gravitational kick, basically uses the planet like a slingshot, and suddenly this little probe is heading straight out of our solar system. First human-made object ever to do that. And NASA's engineers? They don't just wave goodbye. These people, some of them have spent their entire careers keeping this antique running, 47 years. Can you imagine? They've had to become detectives, reverse engineering their own decades-old code, figuring out workarounds when systems fail, performing surgery on a patient that's billions of miles away and takes a day to respond to anything you do. In 1990, Carl Sagan convinced them to turn Voyager around one last time and take a picture of home. That tiny little dot in a sunbeam, that's us, that's Earth. That's everyone you've ever known, suspended in this vast cosmic dark. Sagan called it a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. It was Voyager's last family photo before heading into the unknown. August 25th, 2012. Something that had never happened before in the history of humanity happened. Voyager 1 crossed the heliopause. Think of it as the edge of our sun's influence and entered interstellar space. A machine built with 1970s technology, running on code older than the moon landing, had just become our first ambassador to the galaxy. And it's still talking to us. Every single day, Voyager phones home with data about cosmic radiation, magnetic fields, the nature of space between stars, information no human has ever had before, but the communication delay, when mission control sends a command, it takes 22 hours and 35 minutes to reach Voyager. If something goes wrong, they won't know about it until tomorrow. Any fix. Another day after that. Imagine troubleshooting your Wi-Fi with a 2-day delay between every attempt. These engineers have the patience of saints. Here's the thing that gets me a little emotional. Voyager is dying. Slowly, but inevitably. Those nuclear batteries lose a little power every year, and NASA has to make these heartbreaking decisions about what to turn off next. By 2030, maybe 2036 if we're really lucky, Voyager will send its last signal. After more than half a century of continuous chatter, our most distant friend will finally go quiet. But here's the beautiful part. Even when it stops talking, Voyager keeps going. It's traveling at 38,000 miles per hour, and in about 40,000 years, it'll pass close to another star. Long after we're all gone, Voyager will still be out there, carrying its golden record. That record has sounds from Earth. A baby crying, waves on a beach, Chuck Berry's guitar, people saying hello in dozens of languages. It's our message in a bottle, thrown into an ocean so vast it might drift for millions of years before anyone finds it. You know what I think about sometimes? Next time your phone takes 5 seconds to load Instagram and you get annoyed, remember there's this little machine, built when your parents were kids, running on technology that belongs in a museum, faithfully sending us postcards from the edge of forever. Voyager proves that the most incredible achievements don't always come from having the newest, fastest, shiniest technology. Sometimes they come from having the audacity to dream bigger than what seems possible, and the stubborn determination to keep going long after everyone expects you to quit. What other impossible things are out there just waiting to surprise us? What boundaries are we going to cross next? That's what we'll keep exploring together. Speaking of exploring, next week we're diving into something that's going to absolutely mess with your head. Let's just say, you don't want to miss it. And hey, if Voyager's story amazed you as much as it amazed me, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps other space nerds find us. And if you want to join our weekly journey to the edges of possibility, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because trust me, we're just getting started.